lot better. Guys, we are here in the grand finals. Time is going for a proxy Reaper rush, and he's looking for a bunker contain up against Cure. This is the grand finals, the EPT Korean Weekly. That is the very first interaction we've seen between these players. One SCV killed. Nothing too big for one barracks proxied on the map. One barracks at home. So he made it look like a normal build did Time, because the scout, obviously, for Cure could have come in and gone, oh, it's a normal build. But haha, there was actually a secret barracks out on the map. So this keeps Cure locked in his main for a little while. I don't think it's the biggest deal. Oh, look at that, guys. He actually pulls all the Reapers out of the bunker, but he leaves an SCV in there. Why? Because this way, you see the little lights on the side of the bunker, and that tells you there's units in there. So you don't want to go down there. Whereas you can see, if that light isn't switched on, the bunker is empty. So a cute little thing, leaving the SCV in there is kind of scaring Cure from coming down. On the other hand, I would probably want to save the SCV's life. And at the moment, you can see Time's kind of looking for Reapers that are sneaking across the map. He's expecting a sneaky Reaper backstab, but he didn't find anything. He's like, okay, I'll just come back across the map, and who knows, maybe he gets back to the bunker in time to hang on and defend it. Siege Tank will slowly siege his way out of this base as we go into that next step of the game. Add-ons coming in. Reactor Tech Lab, so I can get some Marines out 3 at a time, and a much quicker stim going to be available. So notice he unloads the SCV, sells bunker, gets 75 minerals back. Not bad. Command center on location. So even though Q has got 2 command centers up, he can't mine from his natural yet, and this makes up for that economic difference a little bit. Ooh, does lose 2 Reapers there though. Damages the tank a little. Doesn't get too much damage on everything else. The command center does calm down, and this game's going to continue on in a bit more of a normal path. Banshee, okay. So 3 Marines and a Banshee and a Cyclone. This is a real fighting force. So I think the idea... Oh, damn, he just lost another Reaper. Oh, God, that's really bad, guys. 3 Reapers have gone down now? Uh-oh. So those guys are going to come across this map for an attack right now. Big thanks every kind for the 7 months. Appreciate that, my dude. Cyclone gets a couple of units down. Okay. Cyclone, Hellion, Reaper hiding in the grass there. Hopefully those units come out to them. They're not going to. Banshee will move out. Luckily, he doesn't run past the Cyclone, as both players kind of work on their tech. But remember, 3 Marines building at a time for Time. Oh, God. His name's the worst. Can I just call him Kaisi? 3 Marines building at a time for Kaisi. 3 Marines building at once for him and Stim. So that's going to give him a big power spike. And I actually don't think you want to push into this as Cure. I think this might be a mistake. That Banshee should absolutely... He just F2'd. That's an F2 on the Banshee. Cyclone's trade there. Ooh, he actually trades the Cyclone. Yeah, if that Banshee went in, it could have already killed 4 or 5 SCVs. Big mistake for Time. Using the F2 there. Forgetting that he had a Banshee going in. So a little bit of a lazy maneuver from him. Lazy unit control. Gets him in a bit of trouble. Oh, auto turret does snag it. Still a valuable Banshee. Buys him time. Now remember, his Marine count is building. And he's got Stim. So he can get out there and potentially jump on this army before it really gets anything done. A Reaper here. Nice grenade. Oh, that's 20 damage. 5 damage on each one of those Marines. Good positioning from Time. But Matrix comes down. Oh, there's another tank behind it, though. Time's going to go for this. Oh, I don't know if this was worth it. Is it? Actually, his tank's still up. If his tank stays up, yeah, not bad. Time's going to pull back with that tank, repair it a little bit. He's going to siege up again, and he scans. Cure's got to pull back. Now, Cure does have the economic lead. Keep that in mind. SCV production not constant from Time, because he knows he's so far behind on army that he had to focus on that, but he's going to go for a little Marine tank drop on the natural. Interesting. So I think he's going to look to maybe drop the tanks here, and the Marines on the high ground. Let's see. At the moment, they've both been told to drop all the way in the back, which is kind of crazy. I think he put the tanks here. Oh, he's going to actually unload and siege in the natural. Tanks are way out of position right now for Cure. Cure was not expecting such a fierce counterattack. And that's an engineering bay in range as well. But, oh, tank comes forward. Interference matrix does take out the healthy tank of the fight. So well done here. But that tank of Cure not in range. Auto turrets, though. Always there. Whenever you're in trouble, auto turrets are there to help out, mate. Double medevac heal, plus shields, plus stim, though. Wow, those Marines doing work, dude. He could even maybe get another SCV or two, but the tanks will shuffle over. And you're going to see him get that shot off. Oh, he's still going for the eBay right now, just causing as much of a ruckus as he can. Time here. Pick up and leave just before that tank can fire. Wait, oh, doesn't even need to leave right now. Where's the support? He gets another SCV, another one, another one. Oh, time. Really causing a nuisance. Meanwhile, pushing forward on the right side. There's still a tank that was sieged up at the third that whole time. And third command center is floating out. He's back in the economic lead. Time is absolutely back in this game. This is awesome. Two tanks, a pack of Marines. He's going to go towards that main base. There's two turrets up in there. A tank in the natural, tanks out front. People really respect these Doom Droppy styles these days, so I don't think this one's going to pay off for time. A second tank popped out and got sieged immediately. Oh no, this is a disaster for time, guys. And look, he's going to lose another medevac or two on the way out. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, that was a terrible trade for him, I think. It really felt like it was pretty bad. Both turrets burning. One of them will burn down. The other one does get up, but he replaces it. I think it's still acceptable overall, but he's down 3 tanks, equal Marines, and remember, those 2 Ravens are still alive. They're going to gather energy and value this whole game long. Big thanks to ActiveVillain for putting the predictions up today. Guys, he does that out of the goodness of his heart. Trying to get you to gamble your bacon away. I say, bumping a glass on the mic, sorry. This is, of course, a best of 5 grand finals, everybody. Command center building on the 3rd base. Sorry, 4th base location. I do like that. As long as you got your 5 barracks going, your factory, your starport, that really keeps it going. And notice he lifts the barracks off the tech lab because he's already made his upgrades. And he'll build a 2nd factory on what appears to be an extra tech lab anyway. Could put a 3rd one there. Pretty rare you go 3 factories, but in late game, it's absolutely something you can do. 2-2 upgrades are roughly in line for both players, but notice the vehicle upgrade on the way for time. It is not on the way for Cure. More Marines there for Cure than there is for time. He's going to boost and get the heck out of there. There are tanks out in the mid-ground. Both sides having sensor towers. The tips of these circles are barely not touching. As you can see, these sensor tower radiuses. Uh-oh. Raven's coming. Get out of there. He's got more tanks behind it, though. I think time's okay here. This is a bit of a ballsy attack for Cure. The double interference matrix definitely helps out, but that will wear off with time. And as time runs out on those interference matrices, time's tanks fire again. He didn't kill any of the tanks of Cure, though. So, still, massive tank advantage. 6-2. And Cure has a tank advantage. It's a big problem for time right now. That could turn into a massive problem. 4th command center. Look at that. Isn't that great? Well, it's good if he can hang on and survive, but that's a big question. I was joking, guys. I'm not actually going to call him Easy. It would ruin things. Red hit point tank. Asking for a Viking to land on it. Oh, just 2 Marines. 4th command center goes down there for Cure. And with the double factory tank production, time does stabilize. So that's very nice. 2nd factory now on the way for Cure, who's adding a few Liberators in. Not a bad call. 4 Vikings are out for time, though, so they'll counter that. Depends, though. Those Libs could just be used as harassment units. One of the best harassment units in the game. Marines are going to come and scout this planetary on the right side. I think that's going to be a bit of a rude shock for Cure. Let's go to Cure's vision. He's like, what? When did that get up? You greedy boy. He's moving his army around. We're on Cure's camera right now. He's going to start breaking some rocks. He does spot that drop in the top. Very well placed depot to see that.
Upgrade.
And the sensor tower sees the units moving south. He's going to leave his tanks kind of spread through the middle of the map. And he's sending 2 libs down. Oh, 1 lib down the bottom, 1 lib down up the top. What you just saw, guys, is he just shift clicked a lib on the 3rd and a lib on the 4th. He did that very, very quickly. Let's go back to everyone's camera. 3-3 on the way for time, as well as +2 vehicle weapons. Only +3 attack on the way for Cure, who has no vehicle upgrades. And the Viking advantage does go to time. A big tank volley getting off as well. Awesome play by time. And, oh, does he see this? No, he doesn't quite see it. Okay, these libs are going to be annoying. I mean, these Marines will see that lib coming, so that's something. But those libs are going to catch time right when he's focused on the front. Oh, he catches a planetary. Oh my god, Q is going to go for a base trade. Oh, this is wild. Oh, this is wild. Time just needs to set his rally back to his main. If he holds onto his main, he's fine. But Lib coming in on the third. That one is getting massive damage. He's trying to pull his army back right now to sandwich this. Oh, this might work out for Time. The SCV's pulled. The Marines come from behind. A great angle for the Chinese Terran in the red as he flanks this army. He surrounds it. He crushes the army. Unfortunately for him, there's a Lib in his main and a Lib in his the fourth. And every single SCV died in both of those bases. Cure purposefully escalated the situation because he knew those Liberators were going to require a big response, a lot of attention. Time finally realizes they're there, but only after losing 46 workers. Now suddenly he's all in on the counter push. A great pull of the SCVs. Cure desperately trying to stabilize. He knows if he can hold this push, he might be able to win this game. The Liberators are going to siege up on those tanks to force the unsiege. That would have been his moment to stim on top. Oh, but you know what? I think Cure, he's got so many more workers. He's just lost 20 of them. He's rebooting his fourth command center up on 5 bases this time. If Time rebuilds his SCVs, he's actually okay here. But if he feels like he's got to go all in, then he's screwed. And right now, he's only building 2 SCVs at a time off 5 command centers. He should be building 4 or 5. I get army is important to control the area. And if he could like siege, you know, these depots and stuff, that would be big. But Cure, I guess he must have realized just how many bases there were there. I think Cure must have realized, guys. Yeah, I think he's like, look, there's just too many command centers. And he also probably wasn't looking at the Liberators. So he probably didn't realize how many workers they killed. He probably thought the SCVs got pulled away. He probably thought he killed maybe 15, 20 workers when he killed 46. He still was in a pretty bad spot, but a bit of an early GG for sure. Anyway, GG well. All right, guys, Time is going to be proxying again. Now, did that get spotted? Sorry, let's get this bloody cake out of the way. Stupid cake. Delicious cake. Oh, we didn't scout there, guys. Okay, so Q is coming in. And he's like, doop-de-doop-de-doop. And he's going to find out that he is indeed being proxied in this game. So he goes around the main, checking there's no buildings there. Reaper and Factory on the way. Bunker goes down immediately. Now, I think he's going to maybe think about putting a depot there. He's just going to hang on the high ground for now. Hoping to intercept these Reapers coming on in. Leave! Alright, we got Marines and Factory. Bunker gets cancelled, interestingly. So he's not really respecting this. It is pretty committed from Time, but I guess because his factory's on the way, I don't know. He knows it's a one-base cure, so he's not really trying to force the issue. I imagine Time's pulled off gas behind this. No, he hasn't. I thought Time would want to get a command center up. Oh, once again, Time's Reaper harass has really not been working out for him today. He had a game against Bjorn earlier where he went proxy Reaper, and it likewise did not really work out, but kind of interesting to see, man. Played poker in real life for the first time in months due to no lockdown. Oh, that's awesome, Wanger, dude. Call from an old friend. Hey, that's awesome. Park and played some pickup basketball. Quite the altercation. Someone elbow you in the dick. Cheesecake beats carrot cake? It really doesn't. I am a big cheesecake fan. But a really good carrot cake, oh, like a good like New York style cheesecake is not far below it. But yeah, if you have the right really good quality cream cheese icing and you have pineapple and all the right spices in the carrot cake, it does it for me. But I do love cheesecake, so cheesecake is bloody good as well. All right, so we've got Magfield on the way for Time. So he's going to go for that more kind of techie mobile unit comeback. So what he likes to do is a follow-up. So I think we expect a Banshee to come out of this starport. He's a big fan of the single cloakless Banshee. Had some real proper pizza with my wife and kid and capped it off with some bourbon. Oh, that sounds like a great weekend, Teddy trip. Some non-Domino's pizza. Hi-oh. Good on you, dude. Sounds amazing. First snow of the year, so you're locked in till April, Tugboat? Oh, heck yeah. Time to hit all your personal bests in every video game you play. Time to up the difficulty in the single player and campaigns you've been playing. Time to enjoy the YouTube. Heck yeah. Alright, Reaper's running on in. Some bouncy bounces. Pretty good grenades, but good hold by Cure. He's got a Raven out. Tank on the way down to that natural. This is going to be a bunch of Cyclones coming on out. So, the Banshee's going to be kind of like bait. He's going to bring that in the front. Try to lure these Ravens and these other units out, but look at that. Q is already sending a Raven to harass. So he's going to go along the very edge of this map. He's queued it to here. Just to wait until he's ready to command it in. Reaper's going to come in. They see there's a tank and immediately pull around. I love the way he spread those out. Oh, Q with a very nice lock on. And he gets a freebie. Oh. Oh, shit. I think that was the Reaper's head, guys. I'm pretty sure that was the Reaper's head. I'm like 50% sure we just saw the Reaper's head just fly past the camera. Oh no. Here we go. Raven coming on in. Oof. Auto turret right smack. What? What the? Who fights an auto turret with SCVs? I don't think I've ever seen that. Is that a thing? Is that good, chat? I think this is the more standard, because it was in the mineral line. He was like, I guess he thought he could surround it so easily. Oof. And kill it, but it's still basically got almost every shot off. So I think definitely pulling away is still the better option there. Anyways, the Raven did go down, so at least it's a one-way Raven, right? 4 times SCVs went down. It's not too bad, man. Bit of mining time as well, of course. Oh! Oh, he pulled that Cyclone back just in time. Banshee going down the left flank. Third base does land for Cure. Cure is locked up tight. He's doing pretty good right now. Last time I got to play Cure in a tournament, I killed, I think, 50 of his SCVs in a TvT. He'd killed like 3. It still was nowhere near close. I was so all in on 2 base to make that happen. I was really proud because I killed a lot of his stuff. I was like, I killed a lot of Cure's things. I like look at the replay. I'm like, yeah, he still was ahead on workers on me because I'm like, as I'm killing them, he's so far ahead on the macro. I was like, oh no. So we've got the starport floating out to the reactor. It's going to swap over, allow the marine production to amp up. A lot of people in lower and beginner levels make the mistake of, as soon as they have a reactor on the starport, building medevacs, and there's like a point in the game where they have like 8 marines with no stim, and they already have 6 medevacs, and it's like, what are those medevacs for? So you always got to remember, like, there's a reason why you might build 1 or 2 important units out of a factory or a starport early, but then the priority is almost always the marine production, right? So it's this kind of weird thing where you kind of want to make sure that yeah, it's a little bit of a weird thing where it's like, hey, you want to actually make sure that you're paying attention to the fact that getting barracks on reactors, getting stim started, heading into those engineering bay upgrades, that's the first step, and the medevacs only are useful really as a complement to that step, right? That's why I think it's like a lot of players were better off probably not even building medevacs, just focusing on getting lots of bio with the proper upgrades, and then they can add that on top of it. So chat has reported back on the auto turret since we're casting this with 2-minute delay, and they've said actually they've seen pros doing that a little bit more recently. That's interesting. Ah! 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 The physics still was the greatest patch of all time that they added into StarCraft 2. Let's be real, guys. When they put StarCraft physics in for the unit deaths, it was the best thing that ever happened. Ah! Just spread to the gods! Oh man, these Cyclones are actually being really annoying, dude. I really like the way Time's just keeping them alive, continuing to get value, map presence out of them. Just getting little punishes off on Cure for being on the map. So Time's doing a really good job. He's also once again built that very quick 4th base on location. Fourth base is on the way there for Cure. 2-2 upgrades are on the way though. Armory just started. Oh no, Time forgot his armory. Microing those Cyclones that hard did come at a cost apparently. And oh man, where's his army? It's out of position, guys. It's not here. He's gonna have to siege these other tanks further back, and he's gonna lose position on that base. And one tank gets into Ruins Matrix. The other one should be out of range. Oh, Time does get a few tank shots off, but his tank changes targets. He's gonna lose a lot of tanks. Oh, this is a beautiful push for Cure. Gets the command center and all the tanks. Oh man. Cure with a decisive move. After dropping game one, he's like, no. That was a one-off, mate. That was a one-off. Oh, big tank shots. Time's trying to get a command center up in the top left, but I don't know if he can even hold this position. His tank lines are getting broken. His Marines on the bottom left there are just getting blasted. Blasted by the tanks. They're getting blasted. They're getting plastered with shell fragments. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I don't know how he held that push, but he did. Is it enough? A medevac goes down on the retreat. The army rotating its focus. You can see Q at F2s. Grabs everything, moves to the left watchtower. This command center, the next point of contact. Now, when that scan runs out, do you change directions here? No, he's already in sensor tower vision. And the tanks just aren't here yet. He's trying to boost him up his time. Siege's tank's in a very defensive position. He's got to inch at least one of these forward. He's got to try to defend the command center. Fifth command center on location for Cure. 2-2 upgrades are about to finish for Cure. Still a minute and 10 seconds until Time's upgrades kick in. So 1 minute of massive danger. Down 20 supply, down a command center, down 10 SCVs. This is the moment where Cure might be able to push in. So Q is saying, okay, you've defended here. Guess what? Everything else rallies to the right side of the map. F2'd the rest of his army to the right, gathered these units, and he's just chilling them here. He's like, cool, I'm chipping at this base. And this is going to put a lot of pressure on Time. He doesn't really know how much stuff is there. This army on the right, Time, you got to be aware of this. You can't keep rallying out like that. You can't keep rallying out like that, Time. Oh, Time's going to try and break it so that he can get back in position. He does break out, but the Marines are still there. He's got to leave his tanks. Tanks plus Planetary can defend that many Marines for sure. Oh, he's got 2 tanks on the right. I think he's okay. Okay, so he's stabilized. Little does he know, 3-3 is on the way. +2 vehicle weapons for Q this time around. +2 vehicle weapons is on the way for Time as well, but he's further back on those upgrades. Command center there, and we've seen a triple drop. Vikings come forward. They see this army. Oh, do you realize? I think he realizes. Yeah, he realizes. And Q scans, sees the army rotating, immediately pulls back. Army in the top left. Whoa! He wanted to drop. He thought it was 2 tanks on their own. He scans, thankfully sees 20 Marines and turns the heck around. A wise choice. Now, I expect a Raven transition at any moment. We've got the command center coming up here and here, so the Iron Bank beginning to be constructed. He's adding 3 command centers, make it 4 command centers. Planetary there, +3 orbitals going up. Oh, command centers before Raven transition makes me wet. Ooh! Oh, okay, here we go. The unit's coming on forwards. Okay, the Marines are there. They're going to try and overwhelm. Where's the rest of the Marine tank here for Time? He comes in, but that tank's going to fall as well, and this allows Q to take position. There's only 1 tank left on the bottom left area for Time. He does have the Viking advantage, but that volley clears his Marines, his SCVs. Whoa! SCVs are going flying past the camera. Sorry, guys, we should probably watch the fight rather than the chunks of units flying. Oh, and he's going to drop the tanks. A lovely drop, takes out 2 of the tanks. Time just unable to hang on. Q, power overwhelming. Ties up this grand finals 1-1. Anyway, guys, let's go into game number 3 in the bottom left side. This is Dragon Phoenix Gaming's Q and his opponent in the top right, the Chinese Terran. It's Time. Mirrored build orders for both players. Now we're going to see 2 workers pulled off gas for Q, 2 pulled off for Time. Exactly the same build order, except Q SCV scouts. Time does not. A lot of players, when they do this 1 base opening, don't like to SCV scout. Clem being an example, Q loves to do it because he plays against a lot of cheesy people in online tournaments. And remember, what did we see Clem get caught out by against? Was it Clem? Maybe it was Beyond. It was Beyond actually recently. Yeah, Beyond didn't scout and Special Marauder proxied him. Did amazing damage against this opening. With just one barracks, built 3 Marauders, concussive, lifted it off, picked off like a whole bunch of stuff in the wall off, killed a whole ton of units as well, and gave Beyond a bit of a nightmare. Command center goes down in the natural. Factory there with the tech lab, barracks with a reactor. So 2 Reapers into the add-ons. Wow. 2 Reaper Cyclone. I like 2 Reaper Cyclone, but I feel I always need to be aggressive with it. Because if they run in with 2 Reaper Hellion, you're in huge trouble. Not huge trouble, but there's just a bit of a window because they can hit you right about now. Maybe 3 minutes. And your Cyclone's still about 15, 20 seconds away. So you lose the SCV, you might lose a Reaper, you lose a lot of build time. But time just sitting back, playing it chill. Kua is massing Reaper Hellion right now. He's going to go for a 5 Reaper 3 Hellion attack, guys. Now, Cyclone can defend that if you stay in a defensive stance and you micro correctly, but if he like moves out with a Cyclone and 2 Reapers or something like that, time's going to get rolled by the overwhelming Reaper Hellion commitment. Apparently Nova has a Raven that heals in co-op. I've played so little co-op, but apparently she's actually got that ability. Just way stronger, of course, like everything in co-op. 3 Aliens, 5 Reapers coming on in. 2 Cyclones on the high ground are going to say, no, 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 no. Kua did not go far enough back to break the lock on. Great hold by time so far. Hellion and a Reaper for a Marine. Very good trade. Raven Cyclone of his own coming out behind you. You got to be careful counterattacking, especially your 30 hit points light on that Cyclone. I don't mind, yeah, veering around, but you go to the other side. You can get jumped on, so you got to be real careful. And, oh, guys, this is my build. Time's doing my build. It's the 2 Reaper, 2 Cyclone into 2-1-1. You guys know this build. This is my favorite build order, but he's a little slow on the Marine production. So he's actually messed it up. His medevacs are going to be out. He's only going to have like 10 Marines. So a bit of missed execution from time. Oh, okay. Oh my god, this is what I was talking about. You might get jumped out here. He tries to use the sight blocker to his advantage. Does it work out? I don't know. The Reaper will lose that. Kua wins the fight. Very good fight for Kua there. Gets both Cyclones. That's awesome for him. As I said, guys, you're not going to have enough Marines. Wait, there was a bunch of Marines in the corner of the base I didn't see. So that's actually really good. This is a well-timed one. He's only 2 Marines short. So never mind. There was 4 Marines in the corner I was not accounting for. And he builds his 3rd on location. Oh, you guys, I do this build every game. The difference is he hasn't started this 3rd barracks yet. So he is very, very weak if he like loses these medevacs. He's got to be real careful. I always save the boost for the way out. Knowing time, he's going to boost in because he's a psycho. Nah, it doesn't make sense. Okay, he's saving it. He's saving it for the way out. It's very wise. So he unloads everything. He's going to stim. Gets 1 depot. He should have pushed further in for the SCVs. You can get the depots on the way out. But there we go. That's good damage, guys. He's going to get refinery as well. Oh, he's going to get 2 refineries? No way. Time to leave. You're going to get interference matrix. Run! Run! Oh, my God. Okay, he gets them both out. That's a great drop. And behind it, 3rd CC is almost finished, 3rd barracks, so he's going to have 5 Marines building at a time plus combat shields. He'll start medevac production soon. His 1st tank's out, 2nd tank's on the way, double engineering bay. Oh, I love this build order so much. It's so good, and especially if you get damage like that early, now you've got pretty sick map control. On the other hand, Kua did build his 3rd in on location, but he's going to struggle to get upgrades because of this gas. He loses like a minute of gas mining here. That's really painful. And he hasn't put back on the top gas yet either. And now and then the Marines kind of like are on the map looking for an attack on this 3rd base. He's not even considering that Q is taking this 3rd because it's so abnormal to do that. Still hasn't put back on gas. Guys, Q is not going to have enough gas. And he knows there's Marines pushing forward, so he's even more distracted right now. He does put a tank in the main. Very important. Because this style naturally flows into Doom drops. Notice he's building medevacs as kind of the lowest priority. It's Marines, tanks. But as the medevacs do come out 2 by 2, definitely can do some nice Doomy droppies. Finally remembers to put back on gas in the main. Double engineering bay upgrades are on the way. Tank is there.
Add-on complete.
Oh, time's actually in vision. And, oh, he's going to go straight for the orbital. Oh, my God. Anti-armor missile comes down. He's going to go for the command center. Does he get it? Nope, he pulls back. Time does not want to eat too many tank shots here, man. Takes out the auto turrets, though. 9 SCVs go down. Oh, this was pretty sick. And he picks up and boosts back to his siege tanks to make sure they can't get jumped on. Third base getting saturated up. 10 workers right now is time. He's got all the momentum. He's up 33 Marines versus 18. He's got shields. And his 1-1 will finish earlier as well. This is an awesome, awesome play. Ooh. Watch out. Cyclone's going to spot ya. Or will it? Those Marines stim in as a bit of a distraction there. And here we go. Oh, the perfect location. And he moved that tank. He's going to try an interference matrix and get up here, but the Marines outnumber you. It doesn't matter if you take the tanks out. Time just has more stuff. GG, Time is on fire today. He takes the 2-1 lead. Well, it's the final map. Down here in the bottom left side, it's Kaisi Gaming's time. And we're going to be on Glittering Asses. Sorry, not the final map. It could be the final map. He only needs one more map to win. His opponent in the top right, though, not going to be going down without a fight. He says, bloody upstart. I'm the GSL champion, mate. You want to go, bro? You want to go? Dragon Phoenix Gaming's Cure. Puffing out his chest. Ripping his t-shirt off. You can tell he's fought a dickhead in the pub before. He knows the most important part is the posturing beforehand to try and scare off your opposition. Repeating, you want to go? You want to go? Or let's take it outside then. And rather than going outside, repeating it several times aggressively while making direct eye contact. Unfortunately for him, Time has not backed down from the fight. Time has actually brought the fight to him. And I do really like that build order in the last game. I think Time did it in one of the most greedy ways possible. No scout. And then just, you know, but he defended so well. And I think I've learned from him. Keep your Cyclones on the ramp. Just keep your Cyclones on the ramp, apparently. I find it really hard if they tank push and you're not out front your base, but apparently Time actually, because the thing is, if they come and drop a tank on your natural like here, and your Cyclones are sitting up here, it's really bad. I'm actually amazed. The way Time played that build order, I don't know if I'm learning something or I'm just like, oh, you gambled a lot and it paid off, because it's so different to how I play that build order, where I'm like, my Reapers need to be aggressive. I need to scout with my SCV to check what's going on. But yeah, Time apparently happy to cut some corners and also not too worried about the tank drop. Maybe he did see a piece of information that told him it was going to be aggro Reaper Hellion. Or he just had a read on the opponent. Sometimes you just know your opponent likes to do a certain thing on a certain map. Looks like that CC goes down a little earlier for Time. He pulled 2 workers off one of the gases, that's why. Yeah, about 7 seconds later here for Cure. And Hellion's on the way for Time. On the way for Cure as well. So they're just matching each other. Once again, though, guys, Cure scouted. Time did not. Time plays such blind StarCraft. And I think that's really, really good. I think it makes you dangerous, makes you, you learn how to respond with very little warning of what's happening. To play like, oh, I'll be ready, I don't care what's coming my way. On the other hand, I do think Time might struggle a lot more with players who really pick their builds well against him. Like, he defeated Haas earlier today, and I'm actually a little surprised. I do think if Haas played a little better, he could have beaten Time. Because Time, I guess he played a lot of one-base builds, so like if he thinks the opponent might cheese, he just plays like ridiculously safe openings, which is fair enough, but still could have gone awry for him. Reaper Hellion coming on out. That's a big unit advantage right now for Cure, but when that Cyclone comes out in a few seconds, it's going to turn things around. SCV's in the open, though. That brings it up to 3 kills for Cure. And he's going to get one more coming out of the gas. Cyclone will say, okay, that's fine. I'll get a bit of tax for that one. And Cure's going to stand and trade with the Reaper Hellion. I would have liked to see Time pull back some of those units. But overall, a good trade unit to unit. Only loses 2 Reapers for 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions, but he lost 4 SCVs before that. So overall, a pretty even trade. And I think Q is okay with that amount of damage. His command center is, of course, a few seconds later. And we're seeing that trademark Cloakless Banshee coming out of time. So these are like little beetles, right, guys? Scarab beetles? Little fiery scarabs on this map. They got like little lava butts. Bloody adorable. Oh, Hellion gets caught, but time answers. Oh, he just barely envisioned. Oh, he doesn't chase though. He didn't chase. He gave it up, let the Cyclone escape. Oh, tank gets a big shot off. Okay, that means these guys are very weak. So a tank does 70 damage, remember, guys. Cyclone only has 120 life. Guys, here's a tip. Don't ever build your command center here in TvT, which it looked like that SCV was planning to do. They will lock onto it from the low ground and enjoy their free kill. I've had it finish there before, right? Where you build it right there. You're like, yeah, I'm building it there so it can float down. And then like 3 mag-field cyclones come in and lock on, scan, and just kill it. And you're like, you're lifting it and trying to run it away in mass repair, but it just dies so quickly. Q is going to go for that Raven Harasser again. We'll see if time, once again, pulls the SCVs to fight it. 2 more barracks are on the way. So I think an auto turret has like 150 hit points. I think it lasts for 10 seconds. Wait, what? Oh, the Banshee. Where's that Cyclone? Oh, he's just going to commit. He's like, ah, fuck it. Bit of hesitation. Gets 5 SCVs though. Still good damage. Time's up 5 workers now off the back of that. Seems a little more than it should be. Macro looking a little better for time. Okay, we're going to see another auto turret go down. Tries to get into the mineral line. And this, once again, the SCV's pulled, but another auto turret is going to punish that SCV pull super hard, man. Actually, no, the 2 tanks with their 7 range take it down. 5 SCVs could have been worse. That could have been much worse. Meanwhile, oh, the Cyclone ambush. He gets one of the enemy Cyclones, and he gets a little bit of damage done on the tank. Okay, a bit too... Oh! Oh, time! Time with some sexy micro there. Time! Someone's got to tell Rogue. Time's coming for a sexy boy award. Oh, the tank barely wins that. Wins that fight. Just barely. One more tick would have taken it down. Raven tank rotating right now. It's 2 Ravens versus 3 in favor of Cure. Doesn't have much energy on him though. He just killed one of his own Marines. Q just killed one of his own Marines, guys. Oh, auto turret spam! I think this is a good fight for time though. He's gonna kill one of the Ravens, another one going down. Oh, his Vikings have to land though. Otherwise his tank's gonna get overwhelmed, but Interference Matrix wears off. And the big booms come out. Oh, those Vikings shouldn't have landed. They should have chased the Ravens down. Guys, Vikings in the air are way faster than Ravens. They're not. I think they're very slightly faster. I don't actually know. 4.13, what's a Viking? 3.85. A Raven's faster than a Viking. Never mind. I know nothing. I am Jon Snow. It's a little slower, the Viking, than the Raven. So, no. They need to be on top of it. Fair enough. Apologies for the little stutter steps, by the way, on the screen. It's just the Korean server lag, guys. Players don't feel any of it. It's nothing to do with the internet today. For once, we have literally 0.1% frames drop today. The internet's actually been really nice to us the last few days. I don't know what's going on. Just counting me lucky stars. What can I say? I say that actually, was it yesterday? End of yesterday, it did cut out. And it was a full cutout. But I almost don't mind that. I was basically done the stream anyway. My standards are so low now. Living in Australia, man. What can I say? Big tank push coming for time. Time's way up in supply right now. 5 tanks versus 3. So he's got, what, 10 more Marines, 2 more tanks? Raven energy's roughly even. Time maybe with a slight advantage. Sensor Tower's going to kick in just in the nick of time. Tank's covering most of that ramp. Don't want to walk up there. There's turrets in the main. Very safe play. Depot spotter. Turret up there. I like the defensive turtling from Q. Q could definitely get back in this game. Time's a bit more of a momentum guy. He really wants to push. He wants to shove. Right now he's just posturing. That's why I'm not following this army too closely, guys. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't spot the depot. Good chance he tries to drop that main later. Who knows? Maybe the depot's a blessing in disguise because there's turrets behind it. And whilst you could boost through those, it's not usually what you want to do. Ooh, bad move for Kua. Kua's sending those out, expecting to just find a scout marine here and there. Drop in the back of the natural. Time goes in. He's going to try and siege up and do what damage he can. 2 SCVs already going down. Make it 3. It's going to be hard for him to deal with this. Scanning at the front. He stims there. Doesn't quite get in though. He will take out the depot and he's going to get some decent shots. This is really hard to reposition for him. Because his army's threatening, a lot of the army has to stay down there for Kua just to defend it. A Raven though, and a big pack of Stim Marines. Very good cleanup. Overall, only 4 SCVs went down. It's good mining time damage. It's a good disruption. Gets a depot, gets a turret, 4 SCVs, a gas. None of that's a killing blow though. None of that's really going to seriously handicap Kua. Kua's got the siege up. He's fine. He's got the Viking advantage. Oh, he's going to get another Viking kill. And baits a Stim out. Time's exerting pressure. He's getting a 4th up. He's doing a lot of good things here. He's got 2-2 upgrades on the way versus the soon-to-be 2-2 for his opponent. They've both got second factories building on tech labs. Infrastructure-wise, it looks pretty even, right? It's just that Kua is a bit more defensive. Time still has a bigger army. And this is why Kua is doubling down on the defensive play. Sensor towers, turrets, tanks. He's just going to try and cover his bases, but he's got no tanks on the right side. So that's kind of dangerous. He's going to try and sneak little double drops out. Maybe try and drop here and then just stim into this 3rd base. Oh, I love the missile turret on the edge of the map from Time. Beautiful. Love to see one down here as well. So, 4th base is landing. He's leaving a tank there. He's got a few marine spotters out. Does Kua. He's not going to have the most warning. He's trying to stay mobile in the middle. His 5 barracks are finally building marines, but it's taken him a while to get there, and they're not really consistently producing because Q is so low on money. And because of that, he's down in marines a little bit. Ooh, the turret gets some damage. There's nothing left in the main. A quick readjustment of the rally point, though. Time should be able to deal with this. Gonna siege that tank in a nice conservative position back there. Won't protect too much. Oh, his marines aren't helping, guys. The marines didn't get the best aim move position there. And these marines are all getting stuck behind each other down the bottom as well. He's going to push on the front. Whoa! Oh, he's going to dive on the planetary. Time does take the planetary out. Well done. He loses all of his air units, though. Like his medevac, some of them survive. He loses his Viking Raven. And he's going to just hold that position. The marines in the main still causing a ruckus. But I think this is acceptable for Time because he killed the 4th and he kept his upgrades alive. So this could have been a lot worse. Forces a stim. Nicely done by Kua. All the tanks on siege. There's not enough marines to really punish that. Only now rebuilding his 4th. Kua is on the back foot right now, guys. He's behind. He's picking up a double drop, so he's going to try and get in the back of the natural with that double drop. And he's going to rotate his army to the right side as Kua. You can see his time. He's moving down that right, building a lot more command centers. He's going to take this middle base. Very easy to defend that if you've got map control. Oh, he's just dropping on top of the tanks. But the marines are nearby. So he gets a tank. Loses a few marines for it. Picks him up. He could go back in again. Oh, not a single tank in position down here. I pointed this out earlier. That Q is running around with his whole army in one big mob. And that is very costly. That's going to cost him a lot. Meanwhile, he's coming back in here. His time. Look at that. He's using the marines to bomb the enemy siege tanks with friendly fire. Beautiful play by Time. He unsieges on the other side, pulls back from the liberators. Q are desperately trying to stave off the advances of Time, and it's not going well for him. Not at all. His upgrades, though, are roughly keeping in step with Time. He's going to float a new 4th out. He's still got a good SCV count. It's just Q is constantly having to replace his gases. He's just trying to survive right now. And Raven transition is underway. 2 starports with Corvid reactor to give energy to those Ravens. Plus 25 starting energy. As well as 2 Ravens building at a time. That's going to be a very nice transition for the late game. Also, the orbital count is already getting very high. 4 orbitals with 2 more command centers on the way for Time. And he's looking for the drop. That's not going to work. That is not going to work. There is no way. There's 2 Vikings there, 2 turrets behind it. This is not a good call. His medevacs are way too wounded. Because he sees those Vikings there, he thinks there's nothing. He's going to lose 1 full medevac, make it 2. Oh, 2 full medevacs go down. A third medevac with 6 Marines inside. He gets the tanks inside, but a little bit too YOLO, I think. Marines on the front getting gunned down as well. Now, he's going to still do some damage in the main, right? He's going to chip at the infrastructure. He's going to take out some of these tanks that are coming in to defend this. But his tanks are also getting lib-sieged from behind as well. And that's a very nice cleanup for Q at time there. I absolutely understand why he did that maneuver. That made perfect sense, guys. He saw all the Vikings were here. There was no reason to expect there to be 2 Vikings on the right. That was just sick preparation from Q doing something that very few players would do. Most players would have all their Vikings on one control group, one area. Here! He saw they were here! Why were there 2 off on the edge of the map where there's no sensor tower vision? Well, that's exactly it. Q realized, no sensor tower vision. It's always a dangerous area. I'm going to leave my 2 red hit point Vikings there. And they paid off big. 3 full medevacs basically went down before unloading. I think 2 Marines got out of those 3 medevacs. 28 supply down before it even got inside the base. Oh, big fight! Is this the fight Q has been waiting for? It just might be, guys. The lib stands! He wipes Time's army out. He will not go down without a fight. He will not go quietly into that good night. Time may have the upgrade advantage. He may have the Ravens pumping out, but he just lost his army advantage. And you know what? Q is going to press it. He's going to press this right here, right now. Ravens getting sniped by the advantage in the Vikings. Ravens seem really good until your opponent has momentum and has the Viking lead, and the Ravens seem like the most useless unit in the game. Time desperately trying to stabilize, and he just can't do it. He's got to give up this base. You can see he's a little mentally inflexible. He's kind of playing as if he's still the one with the better army, and the map control taking him a bit too long to adjust and say, hey, wait, I'm the guy who's desperately trying to survive. He's trying to drop right now. Absolute insanity. I guess he knows there's just too many units coming, but he really should have sieged the tanks and tried to hang on here. And interference matrices go down, but that's not going to work out, I don't think. That tank... Oh, actually, that tank gets some good shots off for Time. Oh my god, that tank's a hero, guys. And the Vikings are going to win the Viking fight. That tank on the high ground finally goes down, but it did kill a lot of units. Meanwhile, the drop does intercept the rally, so actually a wise move from Time. I thought it was crazy, but it was actually the right call. But so much damage being dealt. At Time going from a massively good position to a terrible one. He needed to be really careful in the follow-up. Getting that army, the funny thing is he was still okay if he was quick enough to realize, okay, I'm in deep shit now, and really respected it. But there's this thing where when you're winning that hard, sometimes you lose a fight and you go, oh, maybe it's still okay. It's like, no, dude, it's not okay. It doesn't matter how far ahead you were before. Production takes time to kick in. Takes you time to recover that army position. And now look at this angle, man. I mean, he's out of his main, but Q are fighting back from behind. A beautiful comeback. He's going to take us to that final map. GG. All right. Thank you very much for the love, guys. Let's go. We are into Game 5. Dragon Phoenix Gaming's QA. Is it just me, or do you guys, when you see the thing off it, that this robot arm that's hanging off it, I always see that as like a jester hat. It's not just me, right? Where I see this robot arm almost as like, it's like the thing with like the bell on the end, you know? It's like a jester hat. In the bottom right, we've got Time. That one did slip away from him. A bit of a high-risk maneuver with the drop. I honestly think, from what he saw, that drop was actually a great idea. I think it was a really good idea. Because he was like, cool, your focus is on the front of your third, and I'm going to boost into the main. And that's one of the most annoying things when someone pulls that over on you. You're like, God. And even if there's 2 turrets, that wouldn't have mattered. If the Vikings weren't there, the turrets would not have killed nearly as much. SCV's going across the map to scout for both sides. And it looks like they're both just doing the scout where you check if they expanded, and then you go home. Secure comes in. It's like, yo, no expansion? Okay. See, you don't want to be here? No, okay, checking up the ramp. Oh, there's a factory. Oh, yep. I don't know if you've got a factory or you've hidden the second barracks. So Q, not being very secretive, guys, built his factory in the face of the SCV, whereas Time, who likes to mix in the proxied second barracks and that sort of stuff, can do really well. No pig, I need this fix. I'll have you casting. Oh, thank you. I'll still be casting EPT and A, guys. But we're announcing it earlier today. This is the last one for Korea. Today's been a great day. Just the sign-ups are a bit inconsistent, so it is what it is. It's just some weeks it's like it's just a bunch of PvPs and not much else. You know, there's like 4 good players and really good players and really top players in the tournament. A few kind of low-level pro gamers, and it's just kind of like you know, hard to get the good games in the Korean Weekly. So we decided to move that stream to just earlier in the day, do some of my more normal content, maybe get a bit more time to play some games as well would be nice, since it's have not had much of a chance to practice my own play on stream. And I know that's not everyone's most sought after content, but we're going to be doing a lot of show matches and that sort of stuff instead of it. So keep your eyes open. 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions here for Cure up against a Hellion and 2 Reapers for Time. I do like the Widowmine. You know, guys, we haven't seen the early Widowmine in this series much, have we? But honestly, when you poke your opponent's ramp and a Widowmine lands on your Reaper Hellion, it's so annoying, man. Same thing, Widowmine here, your Reapers jump in, you lose one of your Reapers just straight away. It's like, oh, far out, man. It's very frustrating. Reactor on the barracks. We've got a Cyclone on the way. Starport building a tech lab. Very chilled out openings, guys. Really chilled out. A few more units built for Cure. So I'd probably argue that tends to favor the guy who's gone up to the kind of Cyclone Raven just a little bit quicker. Ooh, okay, guys. All right. Okay. Now, does Time immediately put this Starport over on that reactor, or does he just build add-ons with it? So the reason I'm excited is he's already built a second barracks. It's very rare in TvT to get any production beyond barracks, factory, Starport before your third command center. So normally you just go barracks, factory, Starport, drop a third command center, and then you get all the barracks and the engineering bays and all that good stuff. But getting a second barracks tells us he might also get a third barracks, and a fourth one, and a fifth one. I would say probably 3 barracks is what I'd expect. I'm surprised he hasn't built another barracks yet, actually. But essentially, he could do like a Stim Marine tank drop. Could be what he's looking for. Probably boosting in the top of the main and landing there. And just trying to siege up in the main and kill some stuff. Maybe in the back of the natural, I'm not sure. Reapers get caught out. Nice catch there for Cure. They've both been very defensive. They're both waiting for the other guy to step into their territory and mess up. So yeah, no third barracks. So this is not quite as committed. So basically, if you go 2 or 3 barracks before third command center, you're going to be looking for those attacks, right? You're going to be looking to push on forwards. You're going to be looking to try and take them out as much as possible. Lots of units moving forwards. He's going to try and dodge the watchtower. Ooh, very sneaky push. Time with no idea about this push moving around the north side of the map. Third command center's on the way. Now Time's going to go for a drop, and he's going to fly over the army. Oh my god, this could be really good or really terrible. He just killed the animal. Q just killed the animal. Oh no, Time needs to react so fast or he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. GG. No! Okay, he does get one drop out of there. Oh man, this sneaky push path for Q are really paying off. Doesn't have a medevac, so I think maybe his tanks can drive around and try to siege up there. Yeah. Only 1 Raven versus 2, but there's not much energy because they used their interference matrices, remember. So they actually used a lot of energy to take that medevac out. Widowmine's still over there just waiting. Third command center is on the way. Extra barracks going down. Double engineering bay going down behind this for Time. And there we go. Oh, 150 energy. Double interference matrix. What does this mean? Well, even more orgasmic for Time than double rainbow. That's a great breakout. His third command center is finished. He can float that down. It's on time pretty much with cures. So he's okay in this game. It's a bummer that he got caught out the way he did, but that's acceptable, I think, for him. As his 1-1 starts, and he's going to move out and fight on the map a little bit. Now, this is Kewers in... Yeah, you gotta pull those Vikings back, buddy. Okay, unit count. Massive Viking lead for Kewer versus Medevac focus for time. 1 tank extra for time. A few more Marines for time. He's got Stim. And Shields is going to be finished soon as well. Stim will be ready in a moment for Kewer. Now, unfortunately, this Widow Mine was terribly placed. It doesn't get anything. Cyclone does trade there. And actually, finally, hey, Widow Mine gets that double kill. Zami's still threatening. Oh, man. He'd love to go do a big Doomy droppy, but with so many Vikings and now a Sensor Tower. Q is once again, he's turtle mode, engaged. You know, he's pulling up his shield, his defense. He's having a good time. Someone said, what the fuck this BGM in chat? I don't know what the fuck this BGM mean. I have no idea what you just said. Are you asking, is this Grandmaster? It's like 2 of the best players in the world, yeah. We've got like two top 25 players. Like Time's probably like rank 20, right? And then Q is like rank 5 or something right now. But who knows? You know what, guys? I actually think this is pretty even at this point. It's pretty damn even. You're going to try and catch up on the Vikings this time, which is risky. But, you know, medevacs are being added for Cure. He's not doubling down on that Viking advantage just yet, so the chance is available. Oh, Marines unable to catch that Reaper, dude. Doesn't matter how many stims you do. That guy's got a jetpack, bro. Ooh, catches the depot in the north. Oh, Cure! Making a bit of a mistake, I think. There's a lot of Marines here. Wait. Oh, no, it actually works out. He takes a giant tank volley, but he gets all the tanks? Time was not expecting that. For the Vikings, their ability to land as well could have been an issue. And the Reaper actually gets over and kills the SCV. The Marines are still chasing it. Oh, so annoying for Time. Time's just like, God damn, dude. Go down already. All right, second factory on the way as well. 4th command center. 4th command center is on the way in a safer location for Q. Time always builds his on location. Time, of course, for those who don't know, attended the 4GG School of StarCraft, where it says always attack or always be greedy, never in between. Preferably both at once if you can. Ooh, guys, 3 more barracks. So Kua wants to keep up his marine production. Interesting. A lot of players will just stay 5 barracks all game and go into the Starport Raven transition. The extra barracks means he's going to be able to replenish marine tank armies faster and just kind of man mode his way around the map, you know? Just try and jump on his opponent, catch him out of position. Right now he's way down on marines. He's up in tanks by 4 though. Marine spotter's going to be fighting over map vision in the near future. See, a little squad of 5 marines is enough to beat little squads of 2 marines, so Cure will clean those up. Sometimes you have a battle like this where it escalates and then the other guy just starts sending a full 8 marines with a medevac around to clean them all up. It's always a funny little dance in TvT. Okay, units gathering up in the middle. He's going to take his gold base as his 4th. Nice. Q doing a very good job with that. 5th command center is on the way for Time. Not on the way for Q just yet. These marines up here will get spotted. Tanks in the middle. One of them doesn't get interference matrixed. Let's get a few shots off. The marines will eventually clean through. Oh, there's 3 tanks there. Watch out, Time. Not like this. Not like this, buddy. Oh, it's a great hold for Cure. Fantastic hold with the Vikings coming in and the tanks from the right. A beautiful hold. He's even got a marine flank. Time headbutting in, as I said, always greedy or always aggressive, preferably both at once. The man with the faster 5th command center is also the one who's headbutting in. And Cure there, patient, defensive, reflexive. These are not words I would have used to describe Cure 2 years ago. But the modern Cure has found success as a flexible Terran. You know, he really molds himself like water around his opponent. When his opponent's being overly aggressive, he sits back and receives it. He says, I welcome it, mate. I know you're gonna get over eager. Look at that. The drop just gets shut down. Time getting overwhelmed at home, and that is going to be a 3-2 victory as we watch this final push in on the front, which I was not looking at, but just so you guys know exactly why he lost. He looked at this and he was like, there's no fucking way I can hold that. Holy shit. That's just too much. GG, well played. Cure takes the 3-2. Beautiful, beautiful. Execution brings it back as well and does win himself another ESL Weekly Cup Finals. It's good to have you back, Cure. You absolute Chad. GG, well played.